Hello, 30 Rockers, and welcome back to 30 Rock. Today is day 172, and was just another just jam-packed day full of meetings and running around. Had just a lot of great food today, and then through no design or plan, I ended up coming home and juicing for dinner yet again tonight. So 3 nights in a row, juice has been my main dinner, and I did a fruit juice last night. I told you about the tomato-based vegetable juice that I made, and then did a cherry juice again, a cherry juice with some apples, and it was absolutely fantastic. And it wasn't really my intent. I also had some green juice with that as well that I had from earlier in the day, and it wasn't my intent to just come home and have juice for dinner. But I find that especially again, this new juicer leaves a little bit of pulp in the juice, not a lot, but a little bit. And so I find the juices to be more filling than through just a regular centrifugal juicer. And so now some people don't like pulp. I don't mind pulp. So for me, it's good, and it seems to be more filling. Also because, you know, especially if you're doing fruits, you're getting the sugars, and so to have fiber with the sugar is a good thing as well. But again, wasn't intentional, didn't plan on doing it that way. It's just kind of the way that it turned out. And I like it. I like how I feel. And it's, for me, juice in the morning is great, a little less convenient because if I've got to be somewhere at 9 o'clock and it's 30 minutes away, I still like to think that I can leave at 8:55 and get there in time. So knowing that I'm home for the night, taking that time to make the juice for me is just more convenient if I'm going to be making it myself. So, following Breadcrumbs made an interesting comment because I talked about wanting to juice some peppers, and I didn't do it because I've got a question back for you, so I hope you're watching today. Because you mentioned that you've done it, you gave some great advice about not deep inhaling around the juicer after you do that, which I certainly won't do. I've had my own pepper run-ins in different ways, and so I think that's great advice. My question is, what kind of peppers were you doing? Were you doing serranos, jalapenos, habaneros? Because obviously they've all got different heat indexes. And there's this, you know, I almost want to juice it separate from everything else and then add it into my drink a little bit. Because again, it's just one of those where it seems like when you're juicing it this way, you might get just a really potent concoction out of it, which is good. I just don't want to use too much of it. So I had a great experience today. I saw an old friend who I haven't seen in a long time, and you know, guys are interesting. I mean, I think women notice a lot more about other women than us guys do about other guys, and so we've had occasion to bump into each other more recently, but it was all kind of business and down to brass tacks. And for the first time in probably a year, he looked at me. I mean, he just you know, I came in and he saw me and he said, "Wow, how much weight have you lost? Because you're just a lot smaller than the last time I saw you," which was great. It was a great reminder of where I'm at in this journey. I think that sometimes, you know, we get to a point, and I've talked about this before, where you know you're continuing on and you're eating great and you're feeling good. And now that I'm focusing more on weight loss again, it was just good to hear that reminder that yeah, I've come a long way. Because usually, I mean, you know, with him, this is a good friend of mine. I told him, I said, well, I've lost 50 pounds, but I've got a long way to go. And he came right back with, yeah, you had to start somewhere. So, you know, just very encouraging that obviously that I started on this journey and that I'm continuing with it. But it's nice to get that feedback. It's great to give it to other people when you notice it. And you know what? You need to give yourself that feedback and that credit too. I think it's so important what we say to ourselves to help us continue on and carry on, to remember why it is that we're choosing to eat right and really feed our bodies and do good things for us. It's because we want to be healthy, we want longevity, we want to be there for those around us that we love and that love us. And so we need to remember that self-talk, that internal thing too, and congratulate ourselves and give ourselves credit for the successes that we're making. And if you find yourself going down the wrong road, just stop, turn around, back it out, and go the other way. It sounds easy, and it is easy. It's a choice, just like everything else that we do. We just need to make them one day at a time, one meal at a time, make good choices, and good things are going to happen. It will take time, and that I know, being at day 172, seeing a lot of great things, but really, quite frankly, hoping that at this point I'd be further along than I am. At the same time, I may have told you this during one of the last videos in the series, that when I went to a body calculator and put in my current weight, this was before I started any of this, and my ideal weight, and it told me how long I was going to take to get to my ideal weight, and it was just over 2 years. And so the fact is, at the current clip, I could probably get there in a year and a half, which feels good. And if it took 2 years, I'm fine with that. And if it takes 3, as long as I'm making good choices and getting there in a healthy way, that's fine too, because that's a choice. I mean, I could have not done anything and been heavier in 3 years. And so I just want to share that encouragement with you, that those around us notice, and you need to notice yourself and give yourself some credit. Follow breadcrumbs, let me know about those peppers. I'm going to try some tomorrow. So until tomorrow, keep making great choices out there and rock on.